जय गुरुजी। गुरुजी को कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। गुरुजी की संगत को जय गुरुजी। ये गुरुजी की बख्शीश है कि लास्ट संडे को मम्मी ने अपना सत्संग शेयर किया और दिस वीक आई एम शेयरिंग इट. First off, like I said, Shukrana to Guruji for accepting me in his Sharan. And the second Shukrana to my Masi, who is actually not in physical form with us anymore, but for being the conduit for bringing me to Guru Sahib. So they say that when the disciple is ready, the Guru appears. And I think in short, that is what my connection is with Guruji. My search, my spiritual journey and search for a Guru initiated many years back. And then Guruji was kind enough to bring me in his Sharan, and once I came, I can say that the first time I came and I saw the darbar, I knew nothing about Guruji. My Masi came because of her, and when I looked, I said, "ये बड़े dawn जैसे लगते हैं." Sorry, Guruji. But once I was here, it just felt like home. And Guruji ने बहुत फटाफट, मतलब this was if you guys won't believe this journey, but I was just thinking yesterday when I came here first to the Somerset Mandir, it was 2019, so it's not very far back, right? But a few people who are here will know, बड़ी फटाफट गुरुजी ने मुझे सब कुछ, सिमरन, सेवा, सत्संग, इतनी जल्दी जल्दी कनेक्ट किया. Little did I know, वो कहते हैं ना, जब आपको सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत होती है, तब गुरुजी आपको अपने पास बुलाते हैं. Little did I know what was coming down my way. So 6th May 2020, actually 5th May, it was a Tuesday night, my world turned upside down, right? My mom called, it was very early in the morning in India, and वो रोते हुए कुछ कह रही थी, मैं छोड़ के चला गया, and I was like, it was not registering, मेरे दिमाग में register नहीं हो रहा था. I thought पापा को कुछ हुआ because पापा, was suffering from Parkinson's, and I'm like, and this was the peak of COVID, and then she takes my brother's name. And मेरे पैरों से ज़मीन निकल गई because I just spoke to my brother 2 hours back. So just couldn't believe it. But again, it's his grace that within few minutes, peak of COVID, but Guruji ने मेरे संगत से, मेरे close family, friends, in minutes they were here with me. And मेरे दिमाग में पहले ये चले जा रहा है कि my brother was my father's primary caregiver, and mom also had issues, she couldn't walk properly and everything. So मेरे dad को कौन दिखेगा? वो सोच रही हूँ, and ये सोचे जा रही हूँ कि मेरे आंसू नहीं रुक रहे मैं गुरुजी के स्वरूप के सामने. I was just, just breaking down and just thinking कि इस situation में मेरे भाई के last rites कौन करेगा? Who's going to take care of all of that? And you won't believe it. This is in my mind, I'm thinking this and I'm crying in front of my guru. And just then I get a video call from my brother's friend in the building, who's actually वो building के लोग सब साथ में आके, they were the ones taking my brother for the last rites. And he literally shows me, he said, ये देख, I'm seeing my brother, ये तेरा भाई, उसके नीचे लकड़ी, माला पड़ी है, ये पंडित है. And his words, he said, वो जो करने आया था उसका काम अब खत्म. He is done with what he came for, and now he's gone. Okay, and in few hours, and I could only do Shukrana to my Guruji. And in a few hours, when I called him back, to thank him, he said they never allow us to take phones. I don't know how he allowed me. I did a video call, and I said, these were your words. He said, I don't even know what I was saying, right? So next again, किसी तरह फिर गुरुजी ने पता नहीं कैसे हिम्मत करा के in a day's time, sitting here, I was able to arrange help for Papa over there, so that at least उनका movement is taken care of. And then the next thing is I need to go there. I have to be with my parents. But this was May 2020, and all of you know, like March, April में lockdown शुरू हुआ था. Nobody figured out anything. The air bubbles were working still with people. India mein only the Indian citizens were being transported, right? And I was an OCI holder. And I was like, Guruji, I have to get to my parents. Um, and Guru Sahib ne pata nahi kaise, how he had brought people in front of me aligned, like literally to the point where, you know, embassy se mujhe, I mean, of course I had to make all the calls, efforts and everything, but he brought the right people in front of me. And so this was, like I said, in May, and you know, 30th May was supposed to be my parents' 50th golden wedding anniversary. And my only ardas to Guru Sahib was, you know, with this tragedy, it all doesn't mean anything, but is it possible for me to reach them on that day? But I just said, I surrendered, I left everything to him. And then I was possibly the first OCI holder that would have gone. I reached Delhi on 29th. वो भी मैं कैसे पहुंची हूँ? I mean, if I start to say, I think probably I'll be here hours telling you every step of the way a satsang, every step of the way. कैसे मैं Washington गई हूँ, मेरी flight जब board करने was, my flight tickets were to Bangalore, and my cousin was saying if you can get off at Delhi, we can help you out and stuff. कैसे मैं airport पे मेरे क्या दिमाग में आया, कैसे पूछा, किसने किया, how? Finally, the thing is, I got off at Delhi. This was on 29th of May. And people who actually support running Delhi operations at the airport, they were with me. That's again his blessing. And they said, हमने सबसे बात कर ली है. There's no way you can cut the quarantine, you know, because this was peak. You're coming international flight, 2 weeks, 14 days, you have to be here. I said, okay, if that is what is my Guru's will, it will, but let me talk to the SO. I went and I spoke to the SO, and I, you know, obviously I was in what condition I was, and I told him this is the situation. Aap believe karoge, I got an exception. He took me, just got me to sign an undertaking. I reached Calcutta on 30th morning. Nobody at Calcutta airport also stopped and questioned me. I was with my parents on 30th morning. Jai Guruji. Anyways, uske baad, or, you know, again, the thing was journey to come back home, and I said, I will bring my parents. I had asked my dad also, ki, if you don't need to, I can move. He said no, you know, the plan was always one of them to come here. And I'm thinking in my head, how am I going to do this? Both my parents, wheelchair mein, मैं कैसे ले जाऊंगी, मैं कैसे करूंगी अकेले? मैंने बहुत ट्राई किया, you know, flying nurse, ये वो, कितनी research की, call किए, ये किया कि कोई accompany कर जाए, you know, especially with daddy, I was just a little nervous कि मैं कैसे कर पाऊंगी. मेरे को अंदर से आवाज, like it was obviously Guru Sahib in my head, कि तू date निकाल, हिम्मत करके date निकाल, मैं तेरे साथ हूँ. Okay, this is what I will do. बस date निकाली, or, you know, with a halt over at Delhi for over 8 hours, a layover, bringing both my parents back on wheelchairs. I mean, it's not humanly possible for me to do, but that was again his grace. And we got back, but you know, my dad was very, very close to my brother. I mean, they were really, really very attached. So Papa really tried hard, but gradually his body started to give way, and in 78 years, he'd never gone to the hospital, but you know, in 3 months, we went 3 times. And I wasn't ready. That, you know, it was barely 6 to 7 months since I lost my brother, ek lifeline, and I said, Guru Sahib, I'm not ready to let my father go. But, you know, things transpired in a way, and I finally just said, you know, whatever is the best for us. I leave everything to your will, and whatever is your will, what's good for my father, we will accept. And December, sure enough, Papa left us. And then we, you know, barely kind of getting through with all of this, and then Mom had her fall in February of this year, and this, I remember clearly, was barely 3 days before Shivratri. And I'm really looking at Guru Sahib and I'm saying, Guruji, ye kya hai? You know, that's the thing, is don't seem to let up. And, but you know, it happened at my aunt's place. She couldn't move, so we had to stay, it was a weekend, and I remember we had to stay there that Monday. and I had to get somebody to do a home X-ray because we couldn't take her to the place to get the X-ray. And the technician who comes in, it was a Monday, he's taking the X-ray and he shows me the thing and he says, it's a bad fracture. And I'm like, just like my heart is sinking and I'm just saying, I said, Guruji, kal Shivratri hai, the reports are going to come the next day. I said, kal Shivratri hai, aisa nahi ho sakta. Mom is such a big bhakt of yours, it's not going to happen. And sure enough, Shivratri ke din aaya, though it came as an old fracture, but again, there was a series of things we had to get going, and how we found the orthopedic surgeon, that's another satsang in itself. Mandir se hi hua, kya suggestion aaya, kiska naam aaya, how Guruji made sure I didn't go to anybody else. Like there were 3-4 other orthopedic surgeons we called who were closer by. No, he ensured that the person he chose is where we went. And aisa tha ki it was all almost getting sure that she's going to have a surgery. But my mom, and we were just going through the thing about her green card, insurance, so many things were going on at the same time. My mom just kept saying that, no, koi surgery nahi hoegi. And I said, but we have to be prepared. And again, Guruji is blessed as the Sangat. Everyone was trying to help me. We're trying to figure out who it'll be, which hospital, etc., etc. And then the report when the doctor saw it, I don't know again what Guruji does, what he changes. He said, no, we will not go for surgery. So, we will go through physiotherapy. And as you can see, I think last Sunday was the first Sunday after February that my mom came to the mandir. And she's recovering with her therapy. So, Shukrana to Guru Sahib. This is a journey, if you will, and I constantly keep learning in this journey. And it's not a journey that's necessary, that's full of, and it's not a bed of roses, right? Sometimes things get very tough. But I think keeping your faith and surrendering to Guru Sahib is the best that we can do. And in all honesty, I think faith and surrender are the best example. And my mom's an inspiration, to be honest. She has lost her son, her husband, a fiercely independent woman, still having to manage to cope with a wheelchair, be dependent. But not once has she complained. So, I'm extremely blessed that she's my mom. And I'm blessed to be in this journey. I always just pray to Guru Sahib that please keep us in your lotus feet. Jai Guruji.